In this last section of this chapter, we're going to talk about a type of modeling operation called Booleans. Now, Boolean operations in modeling used to actually be a lot more popular than they are today. They're still very popular for complex machine type objects, things like that, but once upon a time they were used for almost everything. But as computers have gotten more powerful and the software has gotten more powerful, they've kind of receded just a little bit. So we'll come into Create, Polygon Primitives, Cube. So we'll draw it out here and just, not real concerned about these things that much. We can set the translate, put it kind of in the center, 0, 3, 0. And leave the scale the way it is. Okay, don't need to change any pivots here. And we're going to come to the third tab here. We're going to change the subdivisions all to 3. The sides are about 5. You can be a little more exact if you want. It's not real critical for this. So now we're going to create another object. So create Polygon Primitives Cylinder and drag it out here just next to it close by. Again, not real critical. We can come in and set the values. So translate, set these to 0, 3, 0. Okay. And we don't need anything else there, so we go to the third tab. Radius 1.5 will work. And height of 8 will work fine. And then subdivision height, just anything more than 1 should be good, but we'll make it 5. Okay, so there we are. Looks good. We can do all kinds of different Boolean operations on this, but first we have to come here to the menu in the upper left and change it to polygons. So click off. We're going to zoom in and now click the cube first, then hold down the shift and click the cylinders. Then from the mesh menu, Boolean and difference. Okay, and what's happened is the cylinder, because of the order it was selected in, has been subtracted from the cube, so it cuts this nice hole in it. Okay, that looks good. That's fine. That's difference. You can do difference on any kind of objects. Now we're going to create a sphere here. And we'll set it at 0, 3, 0. And now we've got to figure out a radius that will work well. So we'll come to the third tab and let's see, how do we want to do this? No, that's still going to be too big. Let's try 2. So radius of 2, that's too small. So radius of 3. There we go. That'll work. That'll give us an interesting deal. And our subdivisions are already pretty good here, so that's fine. So now let's do a Boolean operation on this. Now the cube and the sphere, parts of them occupy the same space. We can say that there's places where they intersect. So we'll just hold down the shift and click on the cube. The order doesn't really matter for an intersection. So click intersect and boom, there it is. That's just an object. Remember, we've got our hole in the center from before, but the rest of this is just an object, which was where the cube and the cylinder intersect. So it's got these flattened off sides and sort of got these these spheroid kind of edges here in the corners and the flat sides and the hole from the cylinder, and it's kind of complex, kind of neat. And you can see we could probably put Boolean cylinder cuts in these other sides here and make something that looks like, oh, I think there's some kids' toys that look like this. But you get the idea. That's how this works. So we'll delete this object now. Just click the delete key with it selected, and that'll get rid of it. And now let's try one more Boolean. So for this, we're going to create a polygon primitive cube and drag it out. Again, it's not real critical. And then create polygon primitive cylinder. Just sit it next to it. Okay, so we'll come back to the cube here, and we'll come into the attribute editor and set the position at 0, 3, 0, our old standby, and then come to the third tab and set our width, height, and depth to 6, and we can set our subdivisions to 3, so it makes it kind of a Rubik's Cube. Remember, tab twice on these. So there it is. Looks good. Come to our cylinder, and let's set the translate to 0, 3, 0. So now kind of hiding inside our cube. So we'll come in here, set the radius fairly small, 1.5. Then set the height quite a bit bigger. So there. So it's poking out, actually poking out of the top and bottom. Set our subdivisions height to something more like 5. Okay, so there it is. There's our object. We can just select both. Now I'm going to turn on X-ray so you can see the cylinders kind of inside. Now we've done the other two Boolean operations. The last one to do is up here in Mesh, Boolean Union, and we needed X-ray on because this is not going to externally look any different. So, but the internal structure of the cylinder went away. Turn off X-ray. We see on the outside looks pretty much the same. Turn it back on. There it is. Okay, so that's that. So now I've clicked on Z, so it's back to the objects. We'll do the union again. Boom, there it is. The internal structure's gone. So that's the one difference, is those little edges there on the top and bottom of the cylinder. So that's it, and that's it for Boolean operations. And we'll see you in the next chapter.